Good morning. Again, my name is Trisha Wertz, and I'm a trustee with Concerns of Police Survivors, Pennsylvania chapter, and the widow of slain Reading police officer Scott Wertz. In August 2006, my world was turned upside down when my husband was shot and killed while on duty in Reading, Pennsylvania. I can't imagine my husband's killer not being tried and put on death row because there is no doubt in my mind, and admittedly, Scott's killer knew he was a cop that horrible night. I'm so thankful that our case turned out the way it did. Unfortunately, there are many cases that don't end in justice being served for our slain first responders. I can't tell you how much it means to me as a survivor that, thanks to Senator Toomey and Senator Sessions, it will now be a federal offense to kill not just a federal peace officer, but all first responders and prosecutors at every level of government. Let's face it, federal charges and penalties are oftentimes harsher than state and local. Furthermore, with federal sentencing, there's usually no time given for good behavior. It has been 7 years since Scott's killer was sentenced to death and 9 since he was murdered. I have learned a lot in these past 9 years about the justice system and the rights of the criminals and the victims. The criminals often have more rights than the victims. Hopefully that will stop. One of the most important things I have learned is that the first responders' family runs deep. Because of this, I applaud the senators for taking the initiative to protect our first responders because now more than ever, they need our support under the current conditions across the nation. To kill someone for simply doing their job or wearing a uniform is appalling. While I acknowledge that most criminals are not thinking about the consequences of their actions while they are committing a crime, the possibility of them receiving the death penalty just might make them think twice before they pull that trigger, assault a first responder, or commit a felonious crime against them. I hope that first responders may now go out on the streets and hopefully feel a little safer, knowing that there are severe consequences for someone who chooses to deliberately take their life. I pray that this act begins to make a difference so that another family will never have to go through what my family has had to go through, and if they would, that justice be handed down in the form of a federal offense with the death penalty. I want to thank the senators for having me here today and asking me to speak. Thank you.